Show me the money.
Big disparity in the differences between working in smaller market and larger markets.
Huge.
My first job in radio paid $21,000 a year.
Do you want to know what I made as a producer working for Don and Aroma at WLS in Chicago?
Do share.
$8 an hour.
Holy crap.
$8 an hour. Laughable.
And you loved it. You would have done it for free, though.
I loved it because I can, have those call letters on my resume forever.
Right.
I think the most I ever made in radio was, and I was doing sales too. So the station in X Country in Kankakee, St. Anne, I was doing, I think my base was 34,000 a year. But then I added on some sales and remotes. I think I got 38 or 39, but that was the most. So that's why I would supplement my income with weddings, DJing weddings every 25, 30 weeks out of the year.
And I do, yeah, go ahead.
Because you just can't survive on $38,000 a year with a family.
And a lot of that, of course, the reason for that is because in smaller markets, there's less revenue coming into the radio station because there's less people available to sponsor. As in bigger markets, there's more businesses. It's bigger numbers.
Yeah, but you still got the salespeople in small markets making $100K.
Exactly. If I remember correctly, Bob Buchholz, Brenda Lane, they were were making it rain. Brenda Lane was a great salesperson.
Brenda, Steve Shalhout,
yes.
Bob Buchholz. Remember the director of sales, Bob
Burnham. No, Bob. No. It wasn't Bob Buchholz.
Bob Bolak.
Bob Bolak. There was a lot of Bobs in that sales department.
That dude was a pimp.
What do you mean he was a pimp?
He walked around like he was the shit. He was a younger, good-looking dude.
Right.
And probably couldn't have been. Probably more than his probably 35 years old.
I have this. I don't remember what
department.
I don't remember what he looked like, Sean. But in my head, he looks like Michael Scott from The Office.
Oh, that's funny.
Sales. You bring up sales. Sales is something that not a lot of listeners think about. But man, salespeople are always in the ears of radio personalities and programmers because. I don't know. You ever bump heads with a salesperson? Because there's a conflict between sales and on-air people.
I've had a few run-ins because sales always dictates to programming and on air what's gonna happen. It's all about the money. So if it's Thursday and they needed a commercial on the air on Friday the next day, well, by golly gee, you better stay till 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night and get it done.
Right.
It revolved around sales.
I have and this is a thing. You mentioned all those Bobs and Brenda and all the folks that worked in sales. You talk about him being a pimp or whatever, but they were good at what they did.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now I mentioned earlier. We were talking earlier about my stint in Arkansas. When I went to Arkansas, and I'm not going to mention any names, but oh my gosh, the things that I ran into over there, Sean, were amazing. Like for example, I was able to score some Taylor Swift concert tickets.
Nice.
So I went to the sales department to see if we couldn't get a package together where we could put a limo service, airfare, and make it like a package, make it exciting, sell it, get some dollars into the station. In their ultimate wisdom, my first remote broadcast to try to give away these first off, it was like pulling teeth to get them to do anything about it because they were so set in their ways. But once I finally got them on board and we did all the thing, my first remote for Taylor Swift, John Deere tractor place. A lot of young girls hanging out at John Deere these days, right?
Yeah.
And this was when, this is when what was that guitar song that she got a lot of love for was on the radio. I can't think of it. Anyway. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, but yeah, you might get a horrible sales department in a smaller market, where in a larger market, if you're a crappy salesman, you're gone quick, because in a larger market, again, much like being on the radio, nobody got time for that.
Yeah, you've got a longer leash
in a small market.
A small market.
Because in a large market, you got to produce now.
Yep.
What did you
produce it now? You gone.